Today we're exploring Param Sundari, a film that looks like a simple, cringy rom-com on the outside, but if you look closer, it's packed with themes about love, culture, identity, and following your heart. It's not just about a boy chasing a girl. It's about finding happiness, about breaking stereotypes, and about learning what true love really means. So grab your popcorn, because this story starts with a bang, literally, with our hero Param being chased by angry villagers. The movie begins with chaos, Param running for his life, villagers hot on his heels. He jumps into a river to escape. Why are they after him? Well, the movie rewinds and takes us into a flashback. Here's where we meet Param properly. He's the only son of a wealthy businessman in Delhi. But instead of being responsible, Param keeps wasting his dad's money on wild business schemes, apps, startups, investments, all of which fail miserably. And yet, Param isn't evil. He genuinely wants to create something meaningful. He wants freedom, respect, and to prove himself. And this desire sets the stage for everything that follows. One day, Param comes across an idea that feels different, an app called Find My Soulmate. Now, unlike Tinder or Bumble where you swipe endlessly, this app claims to identify the one and only person who can truly complete you. The concept is emotional. Without your soulmate, no matter how much happiness you collect, you'll always feel empty. With your soulmate, even if you have nothing else, you'll feel fulfilled. It's a beautiful, almost spiritual idea, and Param falls for it, both emotionally and financially. But his dad, not convinced. After so many failures, he refuses to invest again. Only after Param emotionally blackmails him, saying he's never been allowed to prove himself, does the father agree. But on one strict condition. Param must use the app himself, find his soulmate, and prove it in just 1 month. This sets Param off on his biggest journey yet. Param makes his profile. And guess what? The app declares his soulmate is Sundari, a girl from a small village in Kerala. But here's the twist. Sundari isn't on social media. She's not like modern city girls. She's deeply rooted in her culture, focused on her responsibilities, and barely accessible in today's digital world. So, Param, a flashy Delhi guy, travels all the way to Kerala. And here, the movie makes its first cultural point. North versus South stereotypes. Param assumes Kerala will be like any other city. But when he arrives, he faces language barriers, cultural shocks, and a lifestyle that's completely different from his own. It's funny, but also eye-opening. When Param finally meets Sundari, you'd expect a Bollywood-style love-at-first-sight moment. But nope, Sundari picks up a stick and is ready to beat him. Why? Because she mistakes him for someone trying to force her to sell her family hotel. Once that's cleared, Param does something bold. He books every room in her hotel just to make sure she has to serve him. It's partly selfish, partly romantic because he believes she's destined to be with him. But Sundari is no pushover. She tolerates him because she's the hotel manager, but inside she finds him annoying, arrogant, and clueless about her world. This section is full of hilarious moments. Param jogging in boxers, only to be scolded and forced to wear a dhoti. Param flirting nonstop, while Sundari keeps rolling her eyes. Param asking silly questions about mosquitoes and Wi-Fi, while Sundari tries to stay professional. But beneath the comedy, the film delivers a sharp message. Ignorance of cultures creates prejudice. At one point, Sundari explodes, telling Param that just because North Indians don't know South Indian languages or customs, it doesn't make them superior. It's a strong reality check, and one of the film's best scenes. Slowly, things begin to change. Param risks his life in a dangerous village game just to prove himself. He helps Sundari when she loses her late mother's ring, diving into a river and facing down an elephant to return it. This ring scene is powerful. It symbolizes how Param moves from being a shallow flirt to someone who truly understands her pain and values her emotions. For the first time, Sundari sees him as a man with depth. From here, their relationship blossoms. Sundari starts showing him Kerala, the culture, the traditions, the beauty of the land. They laugh, tease each other, and share confessions. At a church, Sundari admits she actually enjoys spending time with him. Param, he's already madly in love. But just when it feels like a happy ending, the story throws in a major twist. Enter Venu, Sundari's childhood friend. The two have been close since childhood, and their parents had arranged their marriage long ago. Venu is kind, educated, and, honestly, the perfect husband material. Here's the heartbreaking truth. Sundari never made a profile on the Soulmate app. It was her younger sister who did it, secretly, just to bring joy into Sundari's life after their parents' death. This revelation hits hard. Suddenly, everything between Param and Sundari feels like a coincidence, maybe even a lie. And Param's dream world begins to collapse. Now Sundari is torn. Venu represents duty, family honor, and stability. Param represents chaos, laughter, and passion. She admits to herself that Param makes her happy, but she can't ignore the fact that Venu is her parents' choice and has always been by her side. Meanwhile, Param tries harder than ever. He even competes in village tournaments trying to win over everyone. But his efforts often backfire, making him look like a fool. Still, he refuses to give up, because for him, Sundari is not just a girl. She's the soulmate his heart has been waiting for. On the day of Sundari's engagement, Param is desperate. But then, his father arrives and delivers the killing blow. The Soulmate app? It's a scam. The creator ran away with the money. It never matched real soulmates. Param's entire belief system crashes. Feeling guilty, he confesses everything to Sundari. He admits he used her to test the app, and though he truly fell in love later, it all started with a lie. Sundari, heartbroken, tells him to leave, and for the first time, Param accepts defeat. He prepares to walk away forever. But Param isn't selfish anymore. Before leaving, he helps Sundari's village win a crucial boat race, a race they've been losing for years. This act shows how far he's grown, from arrogant to selfless. As he's about to leave, his father tells him, "Forget the app, forget the scam. You love Sundari, truly. Don't let her go." Inspired, Param crashes Sundari's wedding. In full Bollywood drama style, he climbs a coconut tree, declares his love in front of the entire village, and begs forgiveness. The villagers chase him, furious. But then Venu, the perfect man, steps forward. He admits he knows Sundari's heart belongs to Param. In a selfless act, he steps aside, proving that real love isn't about possession, it's about letting go. Finally, Sundari runs to Param, kisses him in front of everyone, and chooses him. The movie ends with laughter, music, and a happy ever after. So, what's the deeper meaning behind Param Sundari? It's about soulmates, not found through apps, but through connection and effort. It's about culture clashes, North versus South, and the importance of respecting differences. It's about choices, duty versus happiness, tradition versus love. And most importantly, it's about growth. Param starts as an immature playboy, but becomes a man who values sacrifice and sincerity. That's what makes this silly, cringy rom-com surprisingly meaningful. So guys, that was Param Sundari, a rom-com with heart, comedy, drama, and a grand happy ever after. What do you think? If you were Sundari, would you choose Param or Venu?
Tell me in the comments. I love reading your takes. Thanks for watching.